flies out this time of night. The fair and warlike form of His Majesty of Denmark. The stars with trains of fire and dews of blood, disasters in the sun, and the moist star upon whose influence Neptune's empire stands was sick almost to doomsday with eclipse. And even the light precursor of fierce events, as harbingers preceding still the fates, no prologue to the omen coming on. Have heaven and earth together not demonstrated unto us? By heaven, I charge thee, speak! Speak! Remember me.
of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole family to be contracted in a single brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this twisted state, have we as 'twere with a defeated joy, with an auspicious and a dropping eye, with mirth in funeral, and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which have freely gone with this affair along. For all our thanks now follows by our late, dear brother's death, our state to be disjoint and out of frame. But now, my cousin Hamlet and my son,
little more than kin and less than kind.
how is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I'm much too in the sun.
Hamlet, cast thy nighted color off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, then why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems? Nay, it is. I know not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspirations of forced breath, nor the fruitful river in the eye, nor the dejected behavior of the visage, together with all forms, moods, shapes of grief that can denote me truly, these indeed may seem, for they are actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passeth show that these be the trappings and the suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father. But you must know your father lost a father. That father lost his, and the survivor bound in filial obligation for some term to do obsequious sorrow. But to persever in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a heart unfortified, a mind impatient, an understanding simple and unschooled. For what we know must be, and is as common as any the most vulgar thing to sense. Why should we in our peevish opposition take it to heart? Fight is a fault to heaven, a fault against the dead, a fault to nature, to reason most absurd, whose common theme is death of fathers, and who still hath cried from the first corpse till he that died today, this must be so. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of me as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart toward you. Your intent in leaving us, it is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you, bend you to remain here in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our most beloved cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee, stay with us. Go not away.
I shall, in all my best, obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a loving and a fair reply. Be as ourself and remain. Madam, come! This gentle and unforced accord of Hamlet sits smiling to my heart. This, the great cannon to the clouds shall tell, and my brother rouse the heavens all brute again, respeaking earthly thunder. Come, away.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Oh, that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seems to be all the uses of this world. Fie on it! Fie! 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely. That it should come to this. But 2 months dead. Nay, not so long, not 2. So excellent a king that was so loving to my mother that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth! Must I remember? Why, she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on. And yet, within a month, oh, let me not think on it. Frailty, thy name is woman. Oh God, a beast who once discourse of reason would have mourned longer. Married mine uncle. A little month ere the salt of most unrighteous tears had left the flushing in her galled eyes, she married. To post with wicked speed to such incestuous sheets. Oh, it is not, nor it cannot come to any good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue. I see my father. Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or a goblin damned. Bring the airs from heaven or blast from hell. Be thy intents wicked or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I will call thee Hamlet, King, Speak, I go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour has almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I am bound.
So art thou to revenge, when thou shalt hear. I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast and fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. List, oh, list if thou didst ever thy dear father love.
Oh God!
Revenge is foul, and most unnatural murder. Murder most foul, as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, and I with wings as swift as meditation, or the thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
I find thee apt. Now Hamlet here, 'tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. So the whole ear of Denmark is by a forged process of my death, greatly abused. But know thou, noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
I, that incestuous, that adulterate beast. Oh, wicked wit and gifts that have the power so to seduce. One to his shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there from me, whose love was of that dignity that it went hand in hand even with the vow I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon a wretch whose natural gifts were poor to those of mine. But virtue, as it never will be moved, so lust will sate itself in a celestial bed and prey on garbage. But soft, methinks I scented the morning air. Brief let me be. By my brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, cut off, even in the blossoms of my sin, unhouselled, disappointed, unannealed, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible, most horrible, if thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge, to prick and sting her. Fare thee well at once. The glow one shows in the tin to be near, and gives the pale his uneffectual fire. Hamlet, remember me.
Are you hosts of heaven? No, earth. What else? And shall I couple hell? Oh, fine. Hold my heart. And you, my sinews, grow not instantly old, but bear me stiffly up. Remember thee? Hi, poor ghost. While memory holds a seat in this distracted globe, remember thee? From the table of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivial, fond records, all saws of books, all forms, all precious past that youth and observation have copied there. In thy commandment all alone shall live, within the book and volume of my brain unmixed with baser matter. Yes, my heaven! O most pernicious woman! Oh, villain! Villain! Smiling, damned villain! My tables, meet it is I set it down that one may smile and be a villain. At least I'm sure it may be so in Denmark. So there you are, uncle. Now to my word. Remember me. I swear to revenge you! Laertes!
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell, and sister, as winds give benefit, and convoy is assistant, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet, in the trifling of his favor, hold it a fashion and a toy in blood, a violet in the youth of primary nature, forward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more.
No more, but son.
Think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear him. His greatness weighed, his will is not his own. For on his choice depends the safety and health of this entire state. Therefore, must his choice be circumscribed unto the voice and yielding of that body, whereas he is the head. Then if he says he loves you, if it fits your wisdom so far as to believe it, then weigh what loss your honor may sustain. If with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or your chaste treasure opened to his unmastered importunity, fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister. And keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire.
I shall be effective this good lesson keep, as watchman to my heart. But good, my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, and once like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of doubts treads.
Oh, fear me not, but I stay too long.
Laertes!
Here my father comes.
Yet here, Laertes! Aboard! Aboard! The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for! There, my blessings with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory see thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Beware entrance to a quarrel, but being in it, bear it that the opposed may beware thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censor, but reserve thy judgment. This above all. To thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell. My blessings season this indeed.
Most humbly do I take my leave.
The time invites you. Go! Go!
Farewell, and Ophelia, remember well what I've said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
We both obey and here give up ourselves in the full bent to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern.
Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz, I beseech you instantly to visit my too-much-changed son.
I, Madam, may heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Aye. Amen.
But never doubt I love.
Ophelia! What is Ophelia?
So please use something touching the young Hamlet.
Very well bethought. 'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. What's between you? Give me the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affection? Pah! You speak like a green girl unsifted in such perilous circumstance. Do you believe his tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord,
Mary,
what I should think.
I will teach you. Think yourself a baby that you've ta'en these tenders for true pay, which are not sterling. Tender yourself more dearly, or, not to crack the wind of the poor phrase running it thus, you'll tender me a fool.
Father, he hath importuned me with love in honorable fashion.
Aye, fashion you may call it. Go to, go to.
And hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with almost all the holy vows in heaven.
Springs to catch woodcocks. I do know when the blood burns how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. These blazes, daughter, giving more light than heat, yet extinct in both, even as their promise 'tis a making, you must not take for fire. From this time, set your entreatments at a higher rate than command to parley. For Hamlet, believe so much in him that he is young, and with a larger tether may he walk than may be given you. In few, Ophelia, do not believe his vows. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth have you so slander any moment's leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Now look to it, I charge you. Come thy ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
Ophelia! How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
Oh, my lord, I have been so affrighted!
With what in the name of God?
My lord, I was sewing in my closet. Lord Hamlet, his doublet all embraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, ungartered, down-gyved to his ankle, as pale as his shirt, his knees knocking together, with a look so hideous in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell. To speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
My lord, I do not know, but surely I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face, as he would draw it. Long stayed he so.
Claudius! I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
He tells me, dear Gertrude, he hath found the very head and source of all your son's distemper.
I doubt it is no other than the main. His father's death and our hasty marriage.
My liege, and madam, to expostulate on what majesty should be, what duty is, why, day is day, night is night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your son is mad. Mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is it but to be nothing else but mad? But let that go.
More matter with less art.
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That is mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis a pity, and 'tis a pity, 'tis true. A foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad, let us grant him then. And now remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather say the cause of this defect, for the effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains, and the remainder thus, perpend. I have a daughter, have she is mine, who in her duty and obedience mark hath given me this. Now gather and surmise. To the celestial, and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase. But you shall hear. Thus, in her excellent white bosom.
Came this from Hamlet to her?
Good madam, stay a while. I will be faithful. Doubt thou the stars are fire?
Doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh, dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have not the art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, the most best, believe it, I do. Thine evermore most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him. Hamlet.
This in obedience hath my daughter shown me, and more above, hath his solicitudes, as they fell out, by time, by means, and place, all given to mine ear.
But how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As of a man, faithful and honorable.
Then give me leave to speak to Hamlet.
As you wish.
Now, how does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, God of mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Oh, excellent. Well, you were a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Well, then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, to be honest as this world goes is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breeds maggots in a dead dog, being a god-kissing carrion. Have you a daughter, sir?
I have, my lord.
Well, let her not walk in the sun, for conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to it.
How say you by this? I'm still harping on my daughter, yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. He is far gone, far gone. But truly, in my youth, I suffered much extremity for love, very near this. I'll speak to him again. What do you read, my lord?
Words? Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slanders, sir. For the satirical rogue says here that old men have bald heads, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber, with plum-tree gum together, a plentiful lack of wit, and the most weak hands, which I most powerfully and potently believe, though, would not have the honesty thus to set it down for you, sir, would be as old as I am, if like a crab, you could walk backwards.
Will this be madness? There's method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
And into my grave.
Indeed, that is out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. A happiness often madness hits on that reason and sanity cannot so prosperously be delivered of. I'll leave him, and suddenly contrive means of meeting between him and my daughter. My honorable lord, I most humbly take my leave of you.
You, sir, cannot take from me anything that I will more willingly part with all, except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Fare you well, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
My honored lord! My most dear lord!
My excellent good friends, how dost thou gild me stern? Ah, Rosencrantz, my good friends, how do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth, happy in that we are not over happy. On fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Nor the soles of her shoes.
Neither, my lord.
Well, then you live in the middle of her favors or about her ways?
Faith, her privates we.
Oh, in the secret parts of fortune, 'tis most true. She is a strumpet. What's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question you in more particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one.
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Then it is none to you, for there's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind.
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself the king of infinite space. Were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambitions, for the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly, and I hold ambition of so airy and light equality that it is but a shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies and our monarchs and outstretched heroes our beggars' shadows. Shall we to court? For by my fay I cannot reason.
We'll wait upon you.
No such matter. I will not sort you with the rest of my servants, but to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But in the beaten way of friendship, what makes you here at Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am, I'm even poor in thanks, but I thank you. And sure, dear friends, my thanks are too dear halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me, nay, speak!
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for. There's a confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me.
Ah!
But let me conjure you by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, be even and direct with me whether you were sent for or no.
What say you? Say nothing!
Nay, I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for?
And I will tell you why. So shall my anticipation prevent your discovery and your secrecy to the king and queen? Moult no feather. I have of late, but wherefore know not, lost all mirth, forgone all custom of exercise, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, why, it seems to me a sterile promontory. And this most excellent canopy, the air, look you, look! This brave overhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire, why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paracon of animals, and yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, no woman neither. Though by your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Then why did you laugh when I said man delights not me? Why did you laugh when I said man delights not me?
To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. Recoded them on the way, and hither are they coming to offer you service.
Ah, of course. What players are they?
Even those you are wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city. There are the players.
Leave us. Now. How am I alone? What a rogue and peasant slave am I? Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit that from her working all visage waned? Tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and all functions suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. Why, what's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do, had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? Why, he would drown the stage in tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid noise, make mad the guilty, appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. And yet I, a dull and muddy meddled rascal peak, like a John of dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a king upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter. For ere this, I should have fattened all the region kites with the slaves awful. Bloody body villain, remorseless, treacherous kindness villain. Oh, vengeance! What an ass am I, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words, and call a cursing like a drab, a scullion. Fine! Oh, about my brain. That guilty creatures sitting at a play have by the very cunning of a scene been moved so presently that they have professed their malefactions. For though murder it hath no tongue, will speak with the most miraculous of organs. I'll have these players here play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but blench, I'll know my course. The spirit I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath the power to assume a pleasing shape, yea, and perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, this spirit abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. Dost thou hear? You can play the murder of Gonzago.
Aye, my lord.
Excellent. We'll have it tomorrow night. And you can, for need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would write and insert in it, could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Excellent. Well, I shall leave you tonight. Friends, you are all welcome to my hell.
By no drift of circumstance get from him why he puts on this confusion, grating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy.
He does confess he feels himself distracted, though from what cause he will by no means speak. Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness keeps aloof when we would bring him on to some confession of his true state.
Did he receive you well?
Most like a gentleman, but with much forcing of his disposition. Niggard of question, but of our demands most free in his reply.
Did you assay him to any pastime?
Oh, madam, it so fell out that certain players were o'erwrought along the way. Of these we told him, and there it did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are about the grounds, and as I think have already ordered this night to play before him.
'Tis true, and he did beseech me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart, and it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Give him a further edge, and drive his purpose on to these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us two. For we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may here affront Ophelia. Her father and myself, lawful espials, will so bestow ourselves that, seeing unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge, and gather by him as he is behaved, if it be the affliction of his love, or no, that thus he suffers for.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness, as do I pray that your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Read on this book. That show of such an exercise may color your loneliness. We are oft to blame in this. 'Tis too much proved with devotion's visage and pious action, we do sugar o'er the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis too true. How smart a lass that speech doth give my conscience. The harlot's cheek, beautied with plastering art, is not more ugly to the thing that helps it than is my deed to my most painted word. Oh, heavy burden.
To be or not to be.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be. To be or not to be. That is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say that we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil. Must give us pause. Therein lies the respect that makes the calamity of so long a life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that the patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. For who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under such a weary life? But that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. And thus conscience makes cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought, and loses the name of action. Fair Ophelia, what nymph in thy prayers be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well, well, well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed long to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of such sweet breath composed as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost. Take these again, for to noble mind rich gifts wax poor when the givers prove unkind. Fair, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty shall admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate it into its likeness. This has sometimes been a paradox, but now time gives it proof. I did love you. Once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
Well, you should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock. But we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I myself am indifferent honest. And yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother never born me. I am proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them out. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between heaven and earth, We are errant knaves all, believe none of us. To a nunnery go. Farewell. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Well, then let the doors be shut upon him, that he shall play the fool in no house but his own. Farewell.
Oh, help me, you sweet heavens.
If thou dost marry, I will give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. To a nunnery go, and quickly too. And if thou dost marry a fool. For wise men know too well what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him.
I know your paintings too. Well enough. God has given you one face. And you make yourselves another. You jig, you amble, you lisp, you nickname all of God's creatures. You make your wantonness, your ignorance. I'll have no more of it. It hath made me mad. There will be no more marriages. All those that are married, all except one shall live. The rest will shall remain as they are. Get thee to a nunnery, go!
Oh, what a noble mind is here on a throne. Oh, to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Love? Ha! His affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul o'er which his melancholy sits on brood, and I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which, for to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed be sent away for the demand of our neglected tribute. Happily the streets and sordid low-rent venues different with variable object shall expel this something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brain, still beating, puts him thus from fashion of himself. What think you on it?
It shall do well, and yet, I do believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. My lord, do as you please, but if you hold it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him. I'll be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. Behind the airs I'll convey myself to hear the process. Then should I o'erhear the speech of vantage. If she find him not, be rid of him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones must not unwatched go.
Horatio! Ho! Horatio!
Here, sweet lord, at your service.
Oh, Horatio, thou art even as just a man as ever my conversation cope withal.
Oh, my dear lord.
Dost thou hear? There was a play tonight, before mine uncle. One scene of it comes very near the circumstance which I have told thee about my father's death. I praise thee. Now seest that act afoot even with the very comment of thy soul. Observe mine uncle. If his occulted guilt does not unkennel itself in one speech, it is a damned ghost that I have seen. And my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan's stithy. Give him a heedful note, and afterwards we shall both our judgments join in the censure of his singing.
Well, my lord, if he steal aught the whilst this play is playing, and escape detected, I will pay the theft.
Here they come. I must be idle. Get to a place.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent in faith. Of the chameleon's dish I eat the air. Promise, cram, why you cannot feed, cape, and sow.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. My lord, you played at the university once, you say?
That I did, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
Or better, you played Brutus. But are the players ready?
Aye, my lord, they stay upon your patience.
Come here, dear Hamlet. Sit by me.
Oh, no, good mother. Here's metal more attractive.
What? Do you mark that?
Shall I lie in your lap, my lady?
No, my lord.
I meant my head upon your lap.
I, my lord.
Did you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
That's a fair thought to lay between maidens' legs.
What is, my lord?
Nothing?
You are merry, my lord.
Who, I?
I, my lord.
What should I do but be merry? I mean, look you, how cheerfully my mother looks. And my father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
Nay, so long. Well, then let the devil wear black. I will have a suit of sables. Died 2 months and not yet forgotten. Well, then there's hope that a man's memory may outlive his life half year. Ah, but mark, here are the players.
For us and for our tragedy, here stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
Is this the prologue or the posy of a ring?
'Tis brief, my lord.
As a woman's love.
Full 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round, Neptune's salt wash and Tellus' orbed ground, and 30 dozen moons with borrowed sheen about the world have times 12 30s been, since love our hearts and Hymen did our hands unite commutual in most sacred bands.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er ere love be done. But woe is me, you are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state that I distrust you. Yet, though I distrust, discomfort you, my lord, it nothing must. For women's fear and love hold quantity in neither aught or in extremity. Now what my love is, proof hath made you know, and as my love is sized, my fear is so. Where love is great, the littlest doubts are fear. Where little fears are great, great love grows there.
Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My operant powers their functions leave to do. And thou shalt live in this fair world behind, honored, beloved, and happily one as kind. For husband...
Oh, confound the rest! Such love must needs be treason in my breast. In second husband, let me be accursed. None wed the second, but who killed the first. The instances that second marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. Second husband, let me be accursed. I'll never wed the second, but who killed the first.
Wormwood. Wormwood.
I do believe you think what now you speak, but what we do determine oft we break. Purpose is but the slave to memory of violent birth, but poor validity, which now like fruit unripe sticks on the tree, but fall unshaken when they mellow be. Most necessary 'tis that we forget to pay ourselves what to ourselves is debt. What to ourselves in passion we propose, the passion ending, doth the purpose lose. The violence of either grief or joy their own enactures with themselves destroy. Our wills and fates do so contrary run that our devices still are overthrown. Our thoughts are ours, their ends none of our own. So think thou wilt no second husband wed, but die thy thoughts when thy first lord is dead.
Nor earth to give me food, nor heaven light, sport and repose lock from me day and night. To desperation turn my trust and hope, an anchor's cheer in prison be my scope. Each opposite that blanks the face of joy, meet what I would have well, and it destroy. Both here and hence pursue me lasting strife, if once a widow, ever I be wife.
If she should break it now.
'Tis deeply sworn. Sweet, leave me here a while. My spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
Madam, how like you this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, 'tis just jest. Poison in the jest. No offenses in the world.
What do you call the play?
The Mousetrap. I'll take the ghost's word for £1,000. Didst thou perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the talk of murder.
I did very well note it.
Live! Come, some music! Come, recorders! For if the king like not the comedy, then belike he likes it not. Ernie, come, some music! God bless you, sir.
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and presently...
Do you see yonder cloud? That's almost in the shape of a camel.
By the mass, 'tis like a camel indeed.
Methinks it's like a weasel.
It is backed like a weasel.
Or like a whale.
Very like a whale.
I will come by and by. They fool me to the top of my bent. I will come by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. "'Tis now the witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion into this world. Now could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the world would quake to look on. But soft, I must now to my mother. O heart, lose not thy nature. I must be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. My tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. For howsoever in my words she be shent, to give them seals never. My soul consent.
Nor stands it safe with us to let his madness rage. Therefore prepare you. I your commission will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you. The terms of our estate may not endure a hazard so dangerous as doth hourly grow out of his lunacy.
We will ourselves provide most holy and religious fear it is to keep those many, many bodies safe that live and feed upon your majesty. The single and peculiar life is found in all the strength and armor of the mind, but much more that spirit upon whose wheel depend and rest the lives of many.
Dive you, I pray you, to this speedy voyage, for we will fetters put upon this fear which now goes too free-footed.
We will haste up.
Oh! My offense is rank. It smells to heaven. And hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray can I not, though inclination be as sharp as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent. And like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause where I shall first begin, and both neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? It too serves mercy, but to confront the visage of offense. And what's in prayer but this twofold force, to be forestalled ere we come to fall, or pardon being down. And now look up. My fault is past. But oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder? That cannot be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense. In the corrupted currents of this world, offense's gilded hand may shoved by justice. And oft is seen the wicked prize itself buys out the law. 'Tis not so above. There is no shuffling. There the action lies in his true nature, and we ourselves condemned, even to the teeth and forehead of our faults, to give in evidence. What then? What rests? Try what repentance can. What can it not? But what can it when one cannot repent? O wretched state! O bosom black as death! O limed soul and struggling to be free art more engaged! Help! Angels! Make a save! Bow stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel. Be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat. Now he's praying, and now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven. And so am I revenged. That would be scared. A villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, do this same villain sent to heaven. Oh, this is hire and salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes brought below his flush as made. Now his audit stands, who knows, save heaven. Am I then revenged? To take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for the passage? No! 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 Absorbed, and know thou a more horrid hint. When he has drunk asleep or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at gaming or swearing or some act that has no relish of salvation in it, then trip him, so that his heels may kick up at heaven, and his soul be as damned and black as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up, my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
He will come straight. Look you, lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and your grace has screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll sconce me even here. Pray you, be round with him.
Mother!
I warrant you, fear me not. Withdraw! He's coming!
Mother! Mother! How now, mother? What's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
Oh, what's the matter now?
Have you forgotten me?
No. By the rood, not so. You were the queen. Your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay! I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come and sit you down!
Ah!
You shall not budge.
Ah! Ah!
You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me! Ah! Ah!
Help! Help!
How now? A rat? Dead for a ducat. Dead!
Oh me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
Bloody deeds? Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother?
As kill a king?
Aye, was my word, good lady. Oh, no, wretched, rash, intruding fool. Farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take as thy fortune. Thou find'st to be too busy in some danger. Leave ringing of your hands, please sit you down. And I will wring your heart, for so I shall if it be made of penetrable stuff. If damned custom had not brassed it so that it is proof and bulwark against sense.
What have I done, that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the blush and grace of modesty, calls virtue a hypocrite, takes the rose off the fair forehead of innocent love, and sets a ballistic—
I mean, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age, the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble and it waits upon judgment, and what judgment would step from this to this? What devil was it that thus had cozened? Eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling sans all. But a sickly part of one true sense could not so mope. Oh, shame! Where is thy blush? Rebellious hell that thou canst mutiny in a matron's bones. To flaming youth, let virtue be as a wax and melt in her own fire. Proclaim no shame and its compulsive ardor that gives the charge, since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reason panders will.
Oh, speak no more. You turn my eyes into my very soul. And there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their tint.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty stuff.
Oh, speak to me no more! These words like daggers enter in mine ears. Oh, speak no more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain. A slave that is not 20th part the tithe of our President Lord. A vice of kings. A cutpurse of the empire and the rule that from the shelf the precious diadem stole and put into his pocket.
No! More!
A king of threats and punches. Save me. And hover over me with your wings, you heavenly gods. What would your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Did you not come, your tardy son, to chide that lapsed in time and passion lets go by the important acting of your dread command? Oh, say.
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on my mother sits. Oh, stuck between her and her fighting soul. Conceit in weakest body, strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you? That you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse. Forth, at your eyes your spirits wildly peep, and as the sleeping soldiers in the alarm, your bedded hair, like life in excrements, starts up and stands on end. Oh, my gentle son, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper sprinkle cool patience. Whereon do you look?
On him. On him. Look you, how pale he glares. His form and cause conjoined, a preaching to stones would make them capable. Look not at me, lest with your piteous action you convert these stern effects, than what I have to do for one true color. Tears, perchance for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all. Yet all that is I see.
Nor did you nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Look you there, my father, in his habit as he goes. No, look where he goes even now, out in the portal.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation ecstasy is very coming in.
Ecstasy. My pulse, as yours, doth temperately keep time and keeps as helpful music. This is not madness that I have uttered. Put me to the test, and I the matter will reword which madness would gamble from. For the love of grace, mother, confess your sins to heaven. Repent what's past. Avoid what's to come. Do not spread compost on the weeds to make them raker.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Well, then throw away the worst part of it and live pure with the other half. I must be cruel only to be kind. And thus bad begins. Thuer remains behind. One word, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this, by no means, that I bid you do. Let that bloat king tempt you to bed again. Make you to ravel all this out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. 'Twere good you let to know.
Rest you assured, if words be made of breath, and breath of life, I have no life to breathe what thou hast said to me.
This man will set me packing. Lug his guts into the neighbor room. Good night, mother. Indeed, this councilor now most still, most secret, and most grave, who in life was a foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
There's matter in these sighs, these profound heaves. You must translate. 'Tis fit we understand them. Where is your son?
Oh, what I have seen tonight.
What, Gertrude? How does Hamlet?
Man, as the sea and wind, when both contend which is the mightier. In his lawless fit, behind the arras, hearing something stir, whips out his knife, cries, "A rat! A rat!" And in this brainish apprehension, kills Polonius.
Oh. Heavy deed. It had been so with us had we been there. His liberty is full of threats to all, to you yourself, to us, to everyone. Alas, how shall this bloody deed be answered? It will be laid to us, whose providence should have kept short, restraining and out of haunt this mad young man. But so much was our love, we would not understand what was most fit. But like the owner of a foul disease, to keep it from divulging, let it feed, even on the pith of life. Where is he gone? Where is he gone?
To draw apart the body he hath killed. Or whom is very madness, like some mineral among a ore of metal's base, shows itself pure. He weeps for what is done.
Oh, Gertrude, come away. The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. And this vile deed we must, with all our majesty and skill, both countenance and excuse. Ho, Guildenstern! Friends both, go join you with some further aid. Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet hath he dragged him. Go seek him out, speak fair, and bring the body into the chapel. I pray you haste in this. Come, Gertrude. We'll call up our wisest friends. and let them know both what we mean to do and what's untimely done. Oh, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
Whereto 'tis king.
Tell us where it is, that we may take it hence and bear it to the chapel.
Do not believe it.
Believe what?
That I can keep your counsel and not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge, what replication should be made by the son of a king?
Take you me for a sponge, my lord!
Aye! One that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. But such officers do the king best service in the end, for he keeps them like an ape in the corner of his jaw, to be first mouthed, last swallowed. When he needs what you have gleaned, it is but squeezing you, sponge, and you shall be dry again.
I understand you not, my lord.
I'm glad of it. A knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king.
Well, the body's with the king, but the king's not with the body. The king is a thing.
A thing, my lord!
Of nothing. Bring me to him, or hide fox, and all after.
I've sent to seek him and to find the body. How dangerous is it that this man goes loose? Yet must not we put the strong law on him? He's loved of the distracted multitude, who like not in their judgment but their eyes. And where 'tis so, the offender's scourge is weighed, but never the offense. Bear all smooth and even, this sudden sending him away must seem deliberate pause. Diseases desperate grown by desperate appliance are relieved, or not at all. How now? What hath befallen?
For the dead body is bestowed, my lord. We cannot get from him.
Now, Hamlet, where's Polonius?
At supper.
At supper, where?
Not where he eats, but where he is eaten. There's a certain convocation of politic worms eating at him now. Your worm is your only emperor for diet. We fat all creatures else to fat ourselves, and we fat ourselves for maggots. Your lean beggar and your fat king are but a variable surface. One table, 2 dishes, that's the end.
Alas,
a man
alas.
may fish with a worm that hath fed on a king, and eat of that fish that hath fed on that worm.
What dost you mean by this?
Nothing, but to show you how a king may go a progress through the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonius?
In heaven! Send hither to see. If your messenger find him not there, seek him in the other place yourself. But I'll tell you this. If you find him not within this month, you will nose him as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
Go seek him there.
He will stay till he come.
Hamlet, this deed for thine especial safety, which we do tender as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore prepare thyself. The bark is ready and the wind at help. The associates tend and everything is bent for England.
For England?
Aye, Hamlet.
Good!
So is it, if thou knewest our purposes.
I see a cherry that sees them. So therefore, farewell, good mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. Mother and father is but man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh, therefore, good mother.
Follow him afoot, tempt him with speed, delay it not. I'll have him hence tonight. Everything is sealed and done. Here are letters congruing the present death of Hamlet. Do it! For like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me. Till I know 'tis done, howe'er my haps, my joys were ne'er begun.
How all occasions do inform against me and spurn my dull revenge. What is a man if his chief market and good of his time is but to sleep and feed? A beast, no more. Sure, he that hath made us with such large discourse, looking before and after, gave us not the capability or godlike reason to fuss in us unused. Now, whether it be bestial oblivion or some craven scruple of thinking too precisely on an event, a thought which courted hath 1 part wisdom and ever 3 parts coward. Why yet I live to say this things to do, sith I have cause and strength and means and will to do it. Let us sleep. Well, to my shame, I see the imminent death of all those around me. Go to the graves like beds. Is there room enough in the world to hide all the slain? I now hide from no man. From this time forth, my thoughts be bloody, or be of nothing worth.
Unsmirched brow of my true mother. What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Do not fear our person. Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed. Let him go, Gertrude. Speak, man. Where is my father? dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
You need to be dead. I'll not be juggled with. To hell, allegiance. Vows of the blackest devil. Conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation. To this point I stand. That to both the world I give to negligence. Let trouble comes. Only I will be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Who shall stay you?
My will, not all the world. And as for my means, I will husband them so well, they shall go far with little.
Good Laertes, is't written your revenge that swoop-stake you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser?
Only his enemies.
Will you know them then?
To his friends? Thus wide will I open my arms and repass them with my blood.
Why, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman. I am guiltless of your father's death, and am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment peer as day does to your eye.
Oh, now, what noise is that? Dry up my brain. Tears, 7 times salt, burn out the sense and virtue of my eyes. By heavens, my madness shall be paid by weight, to the scale o'erturn the beam. Oh, Rose of May! Kind maid! Sweet sister! Dearest Ophelia! Is it possible that a young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life? Nature is fine in love. And where it is fine, it sends some precious instance of itself after the thing it loves.
They bore him barefaced on the bier. Hey, nonny, nonny, hey, nonny. And in his grave, in his grave, in his grave, in his grave reigned many a tear. Fare you well, my dove.
Hast thou thy wits, and didst persuade revenge? It could not move thus.
You must sing a down, and you call him a downer. Oh, how the wheel becomes it. It is the false steward that stole his master's daughter.
This, nothing more than is the matter.
There's some rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember.
This is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. A document in madness. Thoughts and remembrances fitted.
There's fiddle for you. And columbines. There's rue for you. And here's some for me. We may call it Ungreasel Sundays. You must wear your rue with a difference! Ah! I would give you some violets, but they withered. All when my father died. My father died, my father died, my father died, my father died. Died. They say he made a good end. For bonny sweet Rumpin is all of joy.
Thought and affliction, passion, hell itself. She turns to favor and to prettiness.
And will he not come again? And will he not come again? No! No, no! He is dead! Go to thy deathbed! He never will come again! His beard is as white as snow. All flaxen was his coal. No, he is gone! He is gone! And we cast away moan! God! Have mercy on his soul! And of all Christian souls, I pray God! 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 God be with me. He loved me not. Oh,
Do you see this, oh God? Laertes, I must commune with your grief or you deny me right. Go but apart. Make choice of whom your wisest friends you will, and they shall hear and judge twixt you and me. By direct or by collateral hand they find us touched, will our life give, and all that we call ours to you in satisfaction. But if not, be you content to lend your patience to us, and we shall jointly labor with your soul to give it due content. Let this be so! His means of death, his obscure funeral, no sword, nor trophy, or hatchment o'er his bones, no double right, nor formal ostentation, cry as it was heard between the heaven and the earth. That I must call into question. So you shall. And where the offense is, let the great axe fall. Laertes, you must put me in your heart for friend, for Hamlet, who hath your noble father slain, pursued my life. You shortly shall hear more. I loved your father. We love ourselves. And that, I hope, will teach you to imagine. How now? What news?
Let us, your majesty, from Hamlet.
From Hamlet?
This for your majesty, and this for the queen.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty.
You shall know that I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall first ask in your pardon thereunto recount the occasion of my strange and sudden return. Hamlet.
What should this mean? Are all the rest come back, or is it some abuse and no such thing?
Know you the hand?
'Tis Hamlet's character, naked. And in a postscript here he says, alone.
Let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart, that I might live to tell him to his teeth. Thus didst thou.
If it be so, Laertes, will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord, so that you will not o'errule me to a peace.
To thine own peace. If he be now returned, I'll work him to an exploit, now ripen my device, under the which he shall not choose but fall.
And I will be ruled, my lord, the rather if you can devise it so that I might be the organ.
It falls right. Laertes, was your father dear to you?
I ask you this.
To the quick of the ulcer. Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show yourself indeed your father's son, more than in words?
To cut his throat in the church.
No place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. But good Laertes, will you do this? Hamlet return shall know you are come back. We'll call you in fine together and wager on your heads, and you will requite him for your father.
I'll do it, my lord. And for that purpose, I'll anoint my blade with poison, so that if I but gall him slightly, it will be death.
Let's further think of this. Let me see. I have it! When in your motions you are hot and dry, and that he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he should by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose will hold there. How now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heels, so fast they follow. Laertes, your sister's drowned.
Drowned? Oh. Where?
There is a willow, grows aslant a brook,
Dead and gone.
that shows his hoar
Dead and
leaves
gone.
in the glassy stream.
At his head, a grass-green turf. At his heels, a stone.
There with fantastic garlands did she come, of crowflowers,
Doubt thou the
nettles,
stars are afire.
daisies,
Doubt that the sun doth
and
move.
long purples.
Doubt truth to be a liar.
The liberal shepherds give a grosser
Never
name,
doubt I love.
but our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them.
Perhaps he loves you now.
He loved me not, I cannot choose.
You must fear him.
There,
Ophelia,
on the pendant
do
boughs,
not
her
believe
coronet
his
weeds
vows.
clamoring to
Made me
hang.
believe so.
Fear him, Ophelia.
An envious
Dead
sliver
and
broke,
Dear sister.
Dead and gone.
and down her weedy trophies and herself fell in
Shot
the
of danger
weeping
of
brook.
desire.
He is mad for thy love.
He loved me not, I cannot choose but weep.
Never doubt I love.
Doubt I
Her
love.
clothes spread wide,
Dead and gone.
and mermaid-like a while they bore her up. which time she chanted snatches of old tunes, as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature, native and endued unto that element. But long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from melodious lay to muddy death.
I hope all will be well.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial that willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is, and therefore make her grave straight. The crowner hath sat on her and finds it a Christian burial.
How can that be, unless she drowned herself in her own defense?
It is found so.
It must be so. It cannot be else. For here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. And an act hath 3 branches. It is to act, to do, to perform. Argal, she drowned herself wittingly.
Nay. But, hear you, good man Delver.
Give me leave. Here lies the water. Good. Here stands the man. Good. Now, if the man go to this water and drown himself, it is will he, nil he goes. But if the water come to him and drown him, he drown not himself. Argal, he that is not guilty of his own death shortens not his own life.
But is this law?
Aye, Mary, it's Crowner's Quest law.
Will you have the truth on it? If this had not been a gentlewoman, then she should have been buried out at Christian burial.
Why, there thou sayest. And the more pity that great folk should have countenance in this world to drown or hang themselves more than they're even Christian. Come, my spade. There's no ancient gentlemen but gardeners, ditchers, and grave makers. They hold up Adam's profession.
Was he a gentleman?
He was the first that ever bore arms.
Why, he had none.
What? Art a heathen? How dost thou understand the scripture? The scripture says Adam digged. Could he dig without arms? Cudgel thy brains, no more about it, for your dull ass will not mend his pace with beating. Go, get thee in. Fetch me a stoop of liquor. In youth when I did love, methought it was very sweet to contract the time for all my behove. Methought it was nothing meet.
Has this fellow no feeling of his business that he sings at a grave making?
custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
'Tis even so. The hand of little employment hath the daintier sense.
Oh, but age with his stealing steps hath clawed me in his clutch, and hath shipped me into the land as if I had never been such.
That skull had a tongue in it once and could sing. Look how this knave jowls it to the ground as if it were Cain's jawbone that did the first murder.
Oh, a pickaxe and a spade, for and a shrouding sheet. Oh, a pit o' clay for to be made, for such a guest is meet.
Whose grave is this, Sara?
Mine, sir. Oh, a pit of clay for to be made, for such a guest is meet.
I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it.
You lie out on, sir, therefore it is not yours. For my part, I do not lie in't, and yet it is mine.
Thou dost lie in it. To be in it and say it does thine? 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick. Therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you.
What man is to be buried in it?
For no man, sir.
What woman, then?
For none neither.
Who's to be buried in it?
For one that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul, she's dead.
How absolute the knave is.
Here's a skull now that hath lain in the earth 23 years.
Who was it?
A horse on Madfield's it was. Who do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. I poured a flagon of Rhenish on me head once. This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull, the king's jester.
This?
Even that.
Alas. Poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath bore me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred my imagination is. My gorge rims at it. Here hung those lips I have kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now? Your songs, your gambols, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roar. Not one now? To mock your own grinning? Quite chapfallen. I prithee, Horatio.
What's that, my lord?
Soft, soft. Here comes the king, and the queen, and the courtiers. Who's this they follow with such maimed rites? This doth token that the course they followed did with desperate hand fordo its own life. Was of some estate. Couch we a while and while.
What ceremony else? What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warrant us. Her death was doubtful, and but that great command o'ersways the order she should in ground unsanctified have lodged till the last trumpet. For charitable prayers, shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her. Yet here she is allowed her virgin krantz, her made instruments in the bringing home of bell and burial.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done! We should profane the service of the dead to sing a requiem and such rest to her as to peace-parted souls.
Then lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violence spring. I tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister make, while thou liest howling.
Ophelia.
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell.
I hope thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have strewed thy grave.
Treble woe. Fall 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold off the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in my arms. There! Now pile your dust on the quick and the dead, till of this flat a mountain you have made, that o'ertops old Pelion, or the skyish head of blue Olympus.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis, whose phrase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded hearers? And this is I, Hamlet, the man! The devil take thy soul! Thou prayest not well. I pray to take thy fingers from my throat. Though I'm not splenitive and rash, there is something in me dangerous.
Pluck them asunder!
This fear!
Hamlet! Hamlet!
I will fight upon this theme until my eyelids will no longer open.
Oh, my son! What theme?
I loved Ophelia. 40,000 brothers with all the quantity of love could not make up my sum.
No! Oh, he is mad, Laertes!
For love of God, forbear him!
What wilt thou do? Wilt weep? Wilt fast? Wilt fight? Wilt tear thyself? I'll do it. Oh, dost thou come here to whine? To outface me with leaping in a grave? Be buried quick, and so will I. Thou praises of mountains, let them throw millions of acres on us, so that our ground near his singeing zone will burn, make Ossa like a wart, nay, in that mouth, I'll rant as well as thou.
This is mere madness, and thus a while the fit will work on him. Anon, as patient as the female dove, when that her golden couplets are disclosed, his silence will sit drooping.
Why have you used me thus? I loved you ever. 'Tis no matter. Let Hercules do as he may. The cat will mew, and the dog will have his day.
Laertes, strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. We'll put the matter to the present push.
Now shall you see the other. You do remember all the circumstance.
Remember it, my lord.
Claudius gave command to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern not to stay the grinding of the axe, that my head should be struck off.
It's possible.
Here's the commission for my death. Read it at more leisure.
So, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were against you?
Why, man, and they did make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience. Their defeat does by their own insinuation grow. 'Tis dangerous when the baser nature comes between the past and fell incensed points of mighty opposites.
Why, what a king is this?
Thinkest thee, stand me now upon, he that hath killed my father, whored my mother, popped in between the election and my hopes, thrown out his angle for my proper life, and with such cozenage, is it not perfect conscience that I quit him with this arm? And is it not to be damned to let this canker of our nature come into further evil?
It must be shortly known to him. What is the issue of the business there?
Oh, it will be short. The interim is mine. It is as much to say as a man's life is but one. Soft. Who comes here?
Your lordship is right. Welcome back to Denmark.
Humbly, thank you.
A letter from His Majesty.
Laertes has challenged me to a fight. Let the fight be brought!
Come, Hamlet! Come, Laertes! Take these hands of me!
Pardon me, sir. I've done you wrong.
Fine.
But pardon it as you are a gentleman. This presence knows, and you needs must have heard,
Fine.
how I am punished with sore distraction. What I have done that might your nature, exception and honor roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. Was it Hamlet that wronged Laertes? Never Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be taken away, then he does it not. Hamlet denies it. Who does it then? His madness!
Madness.
If it be so, then Hamlet is of the faction that is wronged. His madness is poor Hamlet's enemy. Sir, in this audience, let my proposing from evil free me so far, in your most generous thoughts,
Right.
that I have shot my arrow over the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive should stir me most to my revenge. But in terms of my honor, I do receive your offered love like love and will not wrong it.
I embrace it freely, and will this brother's wager frankly play? Oh, come on, Laertes. In mine ignorance, your skill like a star in the darkest night shall stick fiery off indeed.
You do mock me,
No, by this head!
Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager.
I, my lord, your grace, had laid the odds on the weaker side.
I do not fear it. Set me the stoops of wine upon that table. If Hamlet give the first or second hit, or submit an answer of the third exchange, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. Give me the cup.
Fine.
In the cup, a pearl shall I throw. Now the king drinks to Hamlet. Come, begin.
Fight.
You, the judges, bear a wary eye.
Fight.
Come on, Laertes! Come, my lord!
Yeah.
This pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
I dare not drink yet. Set it by a while. Come on, Laertes. Again.
Yeah.
Good, madam.
The queen carouses to thy health, Hamlet.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you, forgive me.
It is too late. It is the poison cup.
I'll play this bout first.
I'll wipe thy brow.
I'll do it now, my lord. And I would almost think it against my conscience.
Come on, Laertes. I'm afeard you but dally. I pray you bring your best violence. I'm afeard you look to make a wanton of me.
Say you so? Come on! How about you now? No!
She swoons to see you bleed.
No! No! The drink! The drink! Oh, Hamlet! I am poisoned! The drink!
Readily out!
Drink!
The treacherous to get out!
Treachery.
It is here, Hamlet!
Treachery.
Hamlet! Thou art slain! No remedy in nature can do thee good. Indeed, there is not but half an hour of life left. The treacherous instrument is in thy own hand. Envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. The queen is poisoned. I can no more. The king! The king is to blame!
Oh, yeah! Yay, friends! Yay!
And venom do! Then venom do thy work!
justly served. It is a poison tempered by his own hand. Hamlet, come, exchange forgivenesses with me. May my and my father's deaths come not upon thee, nor mine unto thee.
Oh, heaven make thee free of it. Oh, I'm dead, Horatio. Thou wretched queen. Got you. Horatio. What a wounded name. Things standing unknown still live behind me. Oh, Horatio. Thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity while. And in this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Oh, Horatio. The rest is silence. Oh, this potion quite o'ercrows my spirit. Remember me.
Here cracks a noble mind. Night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
Ah! Ah!